The 2026 Sundance Film Festival has come to an end, marking its final year in Park City, Utah. Before its move to Colorado, officials from Boulder spent the week in Utah taking notes for next year's gathering in Boulder. Our Jaleesa Arizari went along with Ann Herbst to see all of the action. Soak it all in. Welcome back, my friend.
Yes, it was a very long week, very exhausting, but really fulfilling and fun at the same time.
I bet. Yeah, tell us more about it. How was it?
You know, we got there on Monday, and the first weekend of Sundance, we've learned, is super, super busy. That's where a lot of the big premieres happen. And then as you go throughout the week, come Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it kind of tapers off a bit, but then it ramps right back up at the end of the weekend. So the experience was interesting because we got a little bit of the taste of the busyness on Monday, and then we saw a little bit of the tapering off and allowed us to focus a little bit on some of those business aspects, those angles that you Coloradans were looking for.
And you have covered so many stories. We were just talking about all the work that you and Ann have been up to. You've got a lot of work coming still, but talk to us a little bit more about those conversations that you had with people.
Yeah, absolutely. So a number of individuals from Boulder were there, from the city of Boulder to visit Boulder, as well as the Boulder County Film Commission was also there. And so many of them were there just to kind of get an eye and get a glimpse of what was going on there and kind of be a fly on the wall in a sense, just to see and experience Sundance and what it all has to offer and logistically how it could work in Boulder. I know there was fire officials there, police officials there as well from Boulder earlier in the week. Once again, meeting with people, right, and making sure that we get a really good sense of all that it takes to bring this festival over to us.
I think that was smart too, just doing all this work now on the front end so that it only is easier, right, when it comes to Boulder.
Exactly, and there's a lot more fun to it as well. It's not just formal city stuff, right? Everyone thinks about Sundance, they think about the celebrities there, they think about the films there, right? It's the whole point of the event. And so I think that we were able to get a taste a little bit about how that works as well, because let's be real, we're Coloradans. We don't go to press lines and red carpets often. That's not our style. So to be able to experience that firsthand and kind of get a glimpse of how that all works was super interesting as well.
Yeah, talk to me more about the red carpet, any celebrities that we saw. Give us the DL, Jaleesa.
You know, it's funny. We were able to cover one red carpet. It was for a Coloradan comics movie that came out. He wrote See You When I See You. And it starred David Duchovny, who's from The X-Files, as well as Californication. Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, Emily V. Gordon, were producers. Those are some pretty big names as well. And I won't lie to you, it was a little nerve-wracking. And as you can see in this video, she was shaking. She was pretty nervous. But what was special about it was that everyone was really sweet. Everyone was very kind. They took the time to talk to us and really get personal in a sense. You know, they're famous people. They're just like us.
And yeah, right? Now you've got a lot cooking. What stories can we expect to see from you and Ann coming up here?
That's a great question. You know, we're hoping to reconnect with some of the city officials that we were able to talk to there and get some interesting angles leading up to the event. Either it be how, CU Boulder addresses this, right? We weren't able to talk to CU Boulder while we were there. We know there were some individuals there, but obviously they want to have a big part of this as well in the Sundance, as well as the Visit Boulder and making sure that we market this event and attract this event to people here. It also takes a lot of volunteers, right? Like that's not something that we can just pick up and build overnight. That's something that requires a lot of work. So hopefully we'll be able to give you some stories looking ahead on all that jazz and more.
And while we're looking ahead, I'll leave you with one last question, Jaleesa. Having this new perspective, this inside look, what are you most looking forward to now for next year?
Oh my goodness. I mean, the films I grew to really love. I'm not like a huge film buff. I love movies, especially in the wintertime, but being able to experience some of this independent film and all the emotion and all the hard work that goes behind it, it gave me a bigger appreciation for that and makes me excited to see more next year.
I love that. Well, Jaleesa, so glad that you're back. Jaleesa is also my desk buddy. She's my neighbor in the newsroom, so I'm very glad that you're back. Thanks, Jaleesa.